There's no camera today.
Good morning and welcome to the Symposium on Organ Donation organized by HSNC University, DM Harish School of Law in collaboration with Poddar Hospital, Worli. The measure of life is not its duration, but its donation, by Peter Marshall. On this note, I, Assistant Professor Bhanu Advani, on behalf of DM Harish School of Law, would like to extend a warm welcome to all of you present here and those who are present online from Nari Gursani Law College and Poddar Hospital. Today, we all are here to discuss and understand the importance and various types of organ donations and the laws governing them. Donation is a noble act. It's our nature. So if we can donate a life, nothing is more beautiful in this world than that. Today, we are extremely blessed and fortunate to have such eminent guest speakers among us. Dr. Prashant Bhimrao Wagmare is an assistant professor at Topiwala National Medical College and Nair Hospital, Mumbai. And Dr. Swapnil Sangpal is an eye specialist and an assistant professor at Poddar Hospital, Worli. Before I formally begin today's session, I would like to request the dignitaries on the dais, Dr. Nilima Chandrimani Madam, Dr. Prashant Bhimrao Wagmare Sir, and Dr. Swapnil Sir, to please commence today's event by lighting the lamp.
स्वस्ति श्री गणनायको गजमुखो मोरेश्वर सिद्धिदः बल्लाळस्तु विनायकस्तखमढे चिन्तामणि स्थेवरे लीलाद्रौ गिरिजात्मजौ सुवरदो विघ्नेश्वरश्चोधरे ग्रामे रांजन संस्थितो गणपति कुर्यात् सदा.
Thank you, everyone. Now I request Honorable Director Dr. Nilima Chandrimani Madam to welcome the gathering.
A very good morning to our guest speakers, to the students assembled here, and others who have joined us online from Poddar Hospital and my students from Nari Gursani Law College. On behalf of all assembled here, I extend a very, very warm welcome to both our guest speakers, and we are very eager to learn from you about this socially relevant, contemporary and sensitive issue of organ donation. Now, before we begin the symposium, I would like to set the tone and temper of this symposium by sharing with you all two poems on organ donation. The first poem is by the donor. Permit me to read it. Of course, I've slightly modified it. When I'm gone and no longer around, when you have buried my body deep in the ground, I hope you have listened to what I have said. My organs are really no use when I'm dead. Take them all out, share them around, shout from the rooftops, donors we have found. My eyes, my skin, my liver, my kidneys, my lungs, my heart, my pancreas. Just a few things to give someone a start. Now, in response to this donor, the donee. What does the donee have to say to his donor? You gave me life when the tide of my life was at an ebb. You gave all you had left to give. Life restored, I am forever grateful. Yet I know not who you are. We are now a part of one another. I am you, you are me. I cradle your gifts. Still, I know not whom to thank. So I shall continue to whisper a prayer of thanks until we meet again in a more perfect place, whole again. Thank you.
Thank you so much, madam, for expressing the feelings of donor and donee through a wonderful poem. Also, I would request Honorable Director Dr. Nilma Chandiman madam to please felicitate Dr. Prashant Bhimrao Wagmare sir.
Reshmi, you leave that. This program is really a baby of Professor Reshmi. She has done everything, so I think it's in fitness of things that you felicitate them. Please come. Someone else can.
Thank you. Now I request madam to please felicitate Dr. Swapnil Sangpal sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Reshmi. Thank you.
Now it's my honor and pleasure to introduce our honorable guest speaker, Dr. Swapnil Sangpal sir. Dr. Swapnil Sangpal sir is an eye specialist and an assistant professor at MA Podda Hospital, Worli. Sir has published 3 international and 4 national papers. Sir has appeared for 2 interviews on Doordarshan and for 1 interview on All India radio station. Sir has arranged multiple camps for social awareness regarding eye checkup and eye donation. Dr. Swapnil Sangpal sir has been working as an assistant professor at Podda Hospital since last 8 years. Sir, I request you to please address the guest gatherings.
Hello everyone. I was very happy when I came to know that people are very keen to know about corneal donation or eye donation. So I would like to throw the light upon this topic and let you know in a very simple language what is eye donation and why should we do it. Can I get the model? No. So right from the scratch, to begin with, this is how the eye looks. This is how the eye looks. And you see an object, the light enters your eye. The object is seen in form of light and rays. This light and this rays, they enter your eyeball, they cross 2 barriers. First is cornea, which is just like a watch glass. Your watch glass, you have a glass on top and the dial is inside. The same way, the cornea is placed anteriorly and behind this is your eye. The very most important structure after cornea is your lens. This is what a lens looks like. This is your lens. So it crossed the first barrier. We can call this as a window to the eye. So the light rays falls on your cornea, then on the lens, and they form on retina. And that's how the object is visualized to you. Now, to start with the topic, Now, this is one of the important sense organ gifted by the God, through which we are able to visualize the object. So beautiful creation of God. We should be very thankful that we are gifted with this. Next. Now, as you say eye donation, the eye is not donated completely. A part of eye, that is cornea, which is transparent. Okay. In lay language, we say black of eye, but actually it's not black. The black color is of iris, what we say. This cornea, a transparent structure, is what is donated. Nothing other part, no other part than cornea is donated. Only cornea is donated. So cornea, it's clear transparent tissue covering the front of the eye. That is the first barrier, the first thing which light falls on. It serves as a window to allow light to enter your eye. Next. So suppose if something goes wrong with your cornea, it may be congenitally, that is right from the birth, or it may be acquired. That is, some incident happens and you get some disease on a cornea and you lose your vision. Because even if everything is normal and the very first structure, that is your cornea, is not normal, you may lose your vision. There won't be vision. So you can imagine if there is darkness, if your eyes are closed, possibly if you close your eyes for a day, how will it feel? How will it feel next slide? This is how we'll feel. Total darkness. There won't be anything. You just get frustration. You must have seen people who has lost their vision. They get mentally disturbed. Why? Because nothing is seen. At least if you lose any sense organ, like your hearing capacity, the patient, the subject is not that much frustrated as a patient who lose the vision is frustrated. Next. So it's scary for everyone that you just can't imagine life without your eyes. You cannot imagine. Next. Eyes are very precious. You all may know this. Next. Almost 1.8 million corneal blindness in India, out of which 1 million are children. 1 million are children. This is stat way back. This is a 5 years back stat. The situation is again worsened after 5 years. Now, approximately 4 million of people, they are suffering from this type of blindness, the blindness of cornea. Only blindness of cornea is repairable. Only blindness due to cornea, and other blindness, that is your cataract, which you get on your lens, is repairable. Okay. Now, here you don't need, for a lens, you don't need a donor. You have a prosthetic lens which can be implanted, artificial lens which can be implanted. But the experiments which are going on cornea has faced failures, a lot of failures. There are prosthetic corneas found, but again, these are not working. People are trying to work on it, but it is not working at all. Next. Now, what are the causes? Causes of corneal blindness: injuries, malnutrition, infection, chemical burns, congenital disorder, and post-op complications. Now, as I told you, that this corneal blindness can occur congenitally and acquired at some stage of your life. So what are the common incidents you might get in your life? That might be your trauma, an injury or a chemical accident. Okay, phenyl aankh mein chala gaya. Phenyl is instilled in your eye. So what is the first thing you are going to do if something goes wrong with your eye? You're not going to rub your eye. You're not going to instill any drop. The first very thing what you can do is take a splash of tap water, wash it, don't press it, and go to a nearest ophthalmologist. Go to an eye specialist and show them. A remote diagnosis and a remote treatment can work elsewhere, but not in cases of eye. So never call your eye specialist regarding your eye complaints. Ki doctor, mera aankh laal ho gaya. I'm facing reddening of eye. I'm facing watering of eye. No, don't just ask for the medicines orally or on the telephone. Go to the doctor. There might be a hidden cause. There might be hidden things which you are not able to see, or which your ophthalmologist or eye specialist won't be able to diagnose from remote. So you need to seek and consultation from your eye specialist. Okay. So always remember, if you face any sort of injury, something goes in your eye, don't rub it, wash it with splash of water and especially in chemical injuries. Okay, never take a risk, because again it's a troublesome if something happens to your cornea. And even after taking a splash of water, if your symptoms are subsided, if your some symptoms get subsided after having splash of tap water, don't just mere sit at home. Again, go and seek that consultancy from your eye specialist. You need it. That may be a temporary relief, not necessary. The disease would not progress. The disease can progress. The disease can progress. Next. Now, what is eye donation? So, eye should be donated within 6 to 8 hours of your death. Okay. So, you get a form. So, you fill up that form from online, sir will guide you much better in the very next lecture. So, you can fill up that form saying that after my death, my relatives, my near and dear ones, they can contact eye bank, they can contact that ophthalmologist, and your eyes can be donated. It should be done very early. The more early you do, the better it is for the recipient. So only cornea is used for transplantation. Okay, for transplant only this part of your eye is used. Nothing other is used. Only your cornea is used. Total removal time is about 15 to 20 minutes. So there won't be delay. If you want any rituals to be done, there won't be any delay. It just takes mere 15 to 20 minutes. Spectacle wearers, hypertensive, cataract operated, diabetic, all can donate. Blood group, any blood group, they can donate. Okay, so all can donate. Who cannot donate? We'll see in the very next slide. Eyes are not bought or sold. So again, as per the Act of 1994, the Organ Transplantation Act, your eyes cannot be sold or bought. All religions, they endorse eye donation. There is no taboo for any religion for eye donation. Next. Now, what should be done? The moment the patient or the subject is dead, what you need to do? Call the nearest eye bank. The very next thing is you're going to switch off the fans. Switch off the fans. You don't. If you keep the fans on, that will dry up your cornea. The cornea का moistness जो है वो उड़ जाएगा. That should not happen. So switch off the fans. Keep AC on. Place a wet cotton on closed eyes of the donor and raise the head with a pillow. The same position has been given here. See the very next picture. The picture wherein the fan is switched off. Again, the pillow is given below the head. The head is raised and a wet cotton is kept on the subject eyes. Next. Now, myths about the eye donation. Body will be disfigured. Nothing happens. Body won't be disfigured. How come body will be disfigured? Only removing cornea won't disfigure your face. You will be born blind in next birth. I don't know which astrologist has predicted this. Nothing to be considered of. Will not be able to see God. Again, different thing. If you see Arushis Monis, they keep on doing, they do the meditation. Okay, they himself tell you see God when you close your eyes. And how come God won't be seen if you donate your eyes? This won't be the reason. Again, some remote areas, some tribes, they do think that if you donate eyes, you won't be able to see God. Okay, nothing like that. Nothing. Next slide. Who can donate eyes? There is no age bar for eye donation. There is no age bar for eye donation. Anyone can donate eye. Okay. Person himself can make wishes to donate. Usually relatives of the disease can be donated from any place across the country. You can donate your eyes. There are multiple multiple eye banks. Multiple eye banks in your taluka level as well as in your levels. Next. Who can donate eyes? So any gender can donate eyes. Who can receive the donated eyes? Person with corneal blindness. Very simple. Patient who has lost his vision due to corneal pathology. Now, if anyone has retinal pathology, will be of any use that if he receives cornea. So only corneal. So only corneal blindness, if something has gone with your cornea, something has gone wrong with your cornea, it can be repaired by this eye donation. Next. Next. Now there will be some sort of questions coming in your mind. So I'll try to answer some few. Can you transplant an eye from living donor? No, because a living donor even needs his vision, her vision. So you cannot donate a living subject. Is whole eye transplanted? No, we have understood this. Only the transparent part of your eye, that is your cornea, which is avascular, it can be donated or grafted. Next. For how long eyes can be preserved in the eye bank? Generally within 96 hours of preservation gives excellent result. But the more early you do, the better is the result. The more early you do, 48 hours, 24 hours, the better result it gives. What is the name of surgery for eye transplantation? That is corneal grafting. Next. What is the best time to remove eyes after death and whom to inform? So the best time is the more early you do. Very next hour, you can call that fellow, he will come, and just take mere 20 minutes to remove your cornea and he will walk away. So within 4 to 6 hours max, after the death is the best time to remove eyes. We can remove eyes up to 96 hours. That should not happen because that cornea is of no use then thereafter. Depending on the condition of the cornea, again the cornea is not in a condition thereafter to donate. After the death of the person, you can inform nearest hospital or family doctor, who in turn will contact eye banks in the vicinity. Then nearby eye bank, he'll be contacting your physician, your doctor, and your eyes will be donated. Next. What formalities to be done for donating eyes? You need to fill eye donation pledge that everyone, I hope, will fill up. And you can take out the plate, fill up the place online and or manually and send on the address. In case there is any death in your family, have an authority to donate dead person.
मतलब कौन-कौन बैठा है क्या है?
Suppose if someone doesn't donate eye and his near and dear one it happens. It is happening. It should happen in colleges itself. So again, see, if anyone has not donated his eye, his near and dear ones, they have an authority to donate that subject eyes. Okay, they can tell you, they can tell the bank, they can inform that you can take away the cornea, you can donate eyes on behalf of that subject. Next. Who cannot donate eyes? Now, these are few restrictions. Who cannot donate eyes? People suffering from hepatitis, AIDS, that is HIV, encephalitis, rabies, septicemia, retinoblastoma, leukemia, end stage cancer, and especially person who has corneal disorders. Okay, he cannot donate cornea. Next. After donation, the donor family receives a certificate of appreciation from the eye bank. Eyes are evaluated at the eye bank. Only the ones deemed suitable are used for transplant. Others are used for research and education. Okay, so जो 96 hours में निकाला जाता है, that the donated cornea, it is used for research and evaluation purpose or education purpose. Again, it cannot be used for the recipient. Corneal transplantation should be done within 2 to 3 days post removal. Though the cornea can be stored for a fortnight, for 14 days or 15 days it can be stored, but the more early you do, the better result it gives. Or there is something called as rejection of corneal grafting. Rejection means the recipient doesn't accept that cornea. The recipients are notified on a first come first serve basis from the registry. The government, the state government or the district government, they maintain a registry. Okay, and on that registry, according to that number, they call you up that cornea has been available, and now you come for the donation or you come for the receiving that cornea for the operation. Next. So why to destroy this God's gift. When you can't donate it, don't destroy it. Next, by burying it, okay, or just by burning it. Do not destroy this beautiful sense organ. You can donate it instead. Next. See, these famous personalities, irrespective of their religions or irrespective of their status, they have donated, which should be an inspiration for us. Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, Hari Prasad Chaurasia ji, Aishwarya Rai, Hema Malini, and also Zakir Hussain. These people, the stardoms, they have donated their cornea. Next. So, a good line, what I like, Marta hai sharir, amar hai atma. Marta hai sharir, amar hai atma. Netradan se milta hai swayam Paramatma. Okay. So with this, I finish my lecture. If you have any queries, if you have any doubts, please let me know.
Thank you so much, sir, for explaining the entire structure of an eye in a practical manner, for suggesting the remedies in case of an injury, for explaining the entire mechanism and precautions to be taken while donating an eye, and for busting some myths relating to the eye donation. Now it's my honor and pleasure to introduce our honorable guest speaker, Dr. Prashant Bhimrao Wagmare, sir, Forensic Medicine and Toxicology Department and Assistant Professor at Nair Hospital. Dr. Prashant Wagmare, sir, has completed his MBBS degree from Government Medical College, Aurangabad. Sir holds an MD in Forensic Medicine from Grant Government Medical College, Mumbai. Sir has also completed his LLB degree from Siddharth Law College, Mumbai. Sir is currently enrolled in PhD in Forensic Medicine at Grant Government Medical College, Mumbai. Sir also holds certificates in medical aspects of obesity management and in diabetes management. Sir, I request you to please address the gathering.
Good afternoon, everyone. Everybody is awakened, na?
Yes, sir.
So, very good afternoon, and thank you, Swapnil sir. You explained very much detail about the eye donation. Thank you so much. And first of all, thank you everyone for inviting me here. So, I will start with my today's topic. Does everyone know about organ donation? When it can be done? When person is live or when a person is dead? Yes, good answer. So it can be, organs can be donated even a person is live. You might have read in newspapers that daughter given liver to his father, her father, or like that. All these examples. Organ donation. So basically, today I'm going to tell about the medical aspects of human organ transplantation or organ donation. Yeah, I'm presently working as an assistant professor in the Department of Forensic Medicine at Nair Hospital. Next, please. So, when you are dealing with organ donation, first we know what is death. So, death it is defined as any complete irreversible permanent disappearance of all evidence of life at any time when a live birth has been taken. Okay. After that only you can say the person has died and you can go for cadaver transplantation and organ donation. Next, please. Why this concept arises? Because many times now ventilators are available. That time even a person is in coma, his brain is dead, still he can be alive by using artificial means. Okay, by a ventilator. That's why the concept of brain dead has newly arrived. And when you consider about the organ donation, you must define the person is died by brain. Okay, so brain death is must, and certification of brain death is more important before retrieving the organs from the dead body or that person's body. So it is of three types: cortical or cerebral brain death, brainstem death, and lastly whole brain death. Okay, when you certify the person has died as per the brain death, then you can go for organ retrieval. Next please. Yes, so death certificate, the team is there which consists of the treating hospitals in charge. After that, the person or the registered medical practitioner who is treating the patient, then a neurophysician or a neurosurgeon, and a patient's a team from various specialists like forensic medicine and medicine. So all this panel of doctors certify the brain death, and after that only we can retrieve the organs. So death certification is must. Next please. Yes. So what is the actually transplantation means? So transplantation, it means we remove the organ from a graft of an organ from a living person or a dead person, and which will be transplanted into the recipient, and it should be only for the therapeutic purpose. Okay, we will remove the organ from one person and it will transplant it into another person, but only for therapeutic purpose. Next please. Okay, then why transplantation? Because the person who is a recipient has failure of his organs. Okay, maybe because of some injury or some disease. That time the body's function should be continued, but the organ is not able to perform the functions. That time we need a organ transplant. So it is the need of organ transplantation. Next please. Yes. As Ayurveda is the gift to world from India. Okay. So we know famous Indian surgeon Sushruta, who did a rhinoplasty, that is a skin graft, very ancient in the 2nd BC. Okay. So it was example of a organ transplantation. Skin graft was there. Next please. Yes. In the world, first organ transplantation was did by Dr. Christian Bernard, from a surgeon from South Africa. Okay, he transplanted the heart for first time in 1967. Next please. Yes. There are various historical aspects of cadaver transplantation in India. Okay. First own kidney transplantation was done by KM Hospital in India in 1967. After that, in 1994, heart was transplanted. After that, in 95, multi-organ transplantation was done at the Apollo Hospital, Chennai. And in 98, there was a lung transplantation at the Chennai. Again, in 1999, pancreas was transplanted for first time in India. This was a timeline about the transplantation in various transplantation in India. Next, please. So, how many organs or which are the organs which can be retrieved and used for organ transplantation? So, you can see heart, kidneys, liver, eyes, lungs, pancreas, intestine, skin, again bone, tendons, cornea, heart wall, veins, eardrums, and ear holes. So all this can be used for transplantation purpose. Even a person who died can give a life to 25 people. Remember, a person can give a life to 25 people by donating his parts of the body, organs and tissues now. Next, please. Okay, so we will see what are the types of transplants. So first is autografts. Autografts means auto means self. अपनी खुद की बॉडी से जो निकाल के ट्रांसप्लांट किए जाते हैं अपनी बॉडी में, ऑल दिस आर द ऑटोग्राफ्स. एग्जांपल इज स्किन ग्राफ्ट्स. ओके, अगर आपको बर्न्स हुए हैं तो बर्न्स का जो एरिया कॉन्ट्रैक्शन हुआ है वहां पे आपकी बॉडी से लैटरल पार्ट ऑफ थाई से स्किन निकाला जाएगा और उस बर्न्स एरिया पे ट्रांसप्लांट किया जाएगा. दिस इज अ परफेक्ट एग्जांपल ऑफ ऑटोग्राफ्ट्स. आफ्टर दैट नेक्स्ट इज allografts. Allografts mean the skin or any other part organ is transplanted or taken out from the another human where the species is same. The person is human one. So here we can take organ or any part of the tissues and we can transplant. So, but in this case, as the everyone's immunity is different, so it requires immunosuppressants to reduce the rejection rate in case of organ transplants. Next, please. After that, isografts. Okay, as picture is showing, there are twins. Okay, so removing a transplant organ and giving to the another sibling of that twins, it is isografts. Okay, it is a good one and it has good immune response also. Next please. Yes, xenograft. So xenograft, it is another transplantation where we use the transplants or organ from different species other than the humans. So here you can see example of a porcine. That means pig walls or heart walls are removed and these are placed into the body of a human. Okay, but there are chances that zoonotic diseases may be transferred from humans, these animals to humans. So it is a risky one, but still in certain cases, when no option is there, we can go for it. Next, please. Then time period for removal of organs. It is more important. You can make a note also in your notebooks. So first, as Sir said, cornea. It should be ideal to remove out the cornea before 6 hours. As early as you will remove, it will be more chances that the person will get a successful transplant. After that, skin, you can take it out about 24 hours. Then bones up to 48 hours. Blood vessels up to 72 hours. After that, heart, kidneys, lungs, pancreas, liver. It must be obtained soon after the circulation has stopped. Okay, as they deteriorate early. So in brain dead patients, okay, the hospital where the patient is admitted, they should contact first to retrieval team. The team will reach that hospital and the procedure will takes place further. Next, please. So when these organs are removed from the donor, that time there must be a transport. Okay, sometimes you might have seen in movie Traffic. Okay, there was a green corridor because the donor is in the one city and recipient is in the another city. Okay, that time you should preserve the organs in a solution like SPS solution is there. Okay, so you can preserve or store the organs before the transplantation to another recipient's body. Heart can be stored up to 3 hours, liver for 12 hours, pancreas up to 12 hours, then kidneys for 14 hours, the cornea 14 days. Skin can be preserved up to 5 years, middle ear up to 5 years, then bone marrow 5 years, and heart wall which can be stored up to 10 years. Okay, all this is about the how the tissues and organs can be stored for duration of this time. So there was an act to main purpose of the act is to prevent the commercial dealings in case of organs. Okay, न्यूज़पेपर में आपने बहुत से पढ़ा होगा कि डॉक्टर ने एक किडनी रैकेट में पकड़े गए, वो किडनी निकालते थे और पेशेंट को बेचते थे. ओके, ये जब पता चला पैटर्निटी को, मेडिकल पैटर्निटी को, उसके बाद ये एक्ट आया. Okay, so Human Organ Transplantation Act, it was established in 1990, coming to force into 1994. The main purpose is to transplantation of human organs for therapeutic purposes only and to prevent the commercial dealings of human organs. Next, please. Yes, so therapeutic purpose means systematic treatment of any disease or measures to improve the health according to particular method of this modality. Okay, this is specific and it is given in the act, and act also defines the brain. As we've seen, there is a complete and permanent irreversible stoppage of functions of all functions of brain. It is as per the subsection 6 of the section 3 of the act. Next, please. Yes, so this act was applicable to Goa, Himachal Pradesh, Maharashtra and all union territories, and after that many of the states have implemented this act into their states as per the Constitution Article 252. Next. Okay, so this act mandates that all the hospitals should be registered under this appropriate authority under this act to take out the organs and also transplant the organs. That means we have to remove the organs, then store the organs, and we have to transplant the organs in government recognized hospitals only. That is must in this as per this act. Next. Yes, this appropriate authority is allotted by the state government and central government for this implementation, proper implementation of this act. Next. Yes, so when we can remove the organs, so in unclaimed bodies, if a body is lying in a prison or in a hospital for more than 48 hours and no relative has claimed that body, in that case you can or the in charge of the hospital can give permission to remove the organs from that body in case of unclaimed and unknown bodies. Next. Yes, there was certain amendments took after place in this organ transplantation act in 2011. After that, in 2014. So what was added? So before it was only related to human organs, but later it was added to tissues also, except blood. So after that, like stem cells, these are the tissues. This can be taken out from the donor and it can be transplanted into the recipients. Next. Okay. So after this 11th amendment, there was 3 authorities which are allotted. First one was NOTO at the central level. Okay. In the Delhi, it has an office, National Organ and Tissue Transplant Organization. At the regional level, there are 5 regions: East, West, South, North, and Northeast. Okay. They have headquarters at different levels. In our Mumbai, we belong to West region, and here in KM, there was an office of ROTO. Then 12 states are there where the SOTO, that is State Organ and Tissue Transplant Organization, is there. They will collect the first data, which persons are requiring the organ transplantation, organ transplant, and they will also make a register. They will enter all the persons who are in need of organ transplant. And after, when a brain dead person arrives to any hospital, they will certify the death of that person. And if the person is a potential donor, that time they will make calls to all the recipients, and likely the organs are removed from the person and they are transferred to the hospitals where the recipient is got admitted. Next, please. Yes, donor. So now we must know who can donate an organ. Okay, so every individual who is above the 18 years and who voluntarily authorizes for removal of his organs from body. Okay, anyone who has completed 18 years and voluntarily, not in case of fear or coercion, he will donate his organs. Next, human organ, it is the structured part. Yes, it can be transplanted. Then near relatives, first line relatives like mother, father, brother, sister. After this amendment of 2011, there was added grandfather, grandmother, grandson, and granddaughter also. So all this is called near relatives one. Recipient, the person who received the organ from transplantation, it is recipient. Next one. Yes. So human organ retrieval centers. So as we know, when a person is brain dead in a certain hospital, and if that hospital is not authorized one by the appropriate authority, that time we have to shift the patient to organ retrieval center where the which has license to retrieve the organs. So that is human organ retrieval center. Next one. Yes. So transplantation committee. So as we belong to medical colleges, so every medical college has a committee about the transplantation of organs. It is headed by the chairperson, that is dean of that institute. After that, there will be a panel of specialists like medicine specialist, then forensic medicine. After that, anesthesiologist, then neurophysician or a neurosurgeon. After that, psychiatric person, and lastly, the person who is concerned from that department. If a person is of a trauma, okay, and the person was admitted in the ortho ward, that time the head of the department of ortho should be the member of that transplantation committee. So all this took place at the medical college only. Next, please. Yes. Punishment. As the act prevents the commercial dealing of the organ, but still someone who get indulged in such activities, some illegal activities, that time the act punishes if a doctor erring for this or uses that organs for commercial dealings, then he has 3 years suspension of his license to practice medicine. Okay, for first offense. But if he again indulge in such activities, then his license will be cancelled permanently. After that, sorry, before, yes, if anyone, any person, it may be a personnel from that hospital where the transplantation or retrieval takes place, anyone who contradicts or contravenes any act of the, any section of the act, then he must be punishable under this act. Imprisonment may be from 3 to 10 years and fine maybe from 5 lakhs to 1 crore. So depending upon the gravity of the contravention of that section. Next one. So this is the now transplant trends in India. So in 2020, in India, there was 5,486 kidney transplants were there. 1,780 liver transplants were there in India. Hearts, 89 hearts were transplanted. Then lungs, 67 lungs were transplanted into the donors, these recipients, and pancreas 14. Okay, so all this is taken place, but so when there was a study was conducted to know the public attitude about the organ donation. Okay, so that time we found that 50% of the people, only 50% people have the positive attitude towards the in favor of donation of solid organs. Okay, then 72% were in favor to donate eyes, and but the people's attitude is very less or poor as compared to organ donation. Still, our religions are supporting the organ donation. Majority of all religions were willing to consider the organ donation. Still, we are lacking in organ donation. Next, please. Yes. So, organ donation. Whole community celebrates Organ Donation Day on 6th of August. Yeah. And in 2020, you can see the very less percentage of the organ donation in India, cadaver transplantation. Only 0.65%. And as we are now learned peoples, it's our duty to bring awareness in the society for more and more organ donations. As we are doctors, we are also promoting the, we are doctors and medical personnel, all we are promoting the organ donations. And it can be done by using the posters and advertisements. Next, please. Yes, there are certain foundations are there, like Mohan Foundation. It is most famous foundation which help in this organ donation trends. After that, Fort organization Bangalore, then ZTCC Mumbai. So these are certain organizations which are definitely helping to bring out the awareness in the society about the organ donation. Next, please. And this is the most important quote: organs wasted are lives lost. So we have to take care, because organs can give a great life to another person. He may achieve his goals in life if he gets that organ. Okay. So remember, organs wasted are lives lost. Next, please. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for explaining the different types of organ transplants, for explaining the time period required for the removal of different types of organs, and for throwing a light upon the Human Organ Transplantation Act 1994. Sir, I assure you on behalf of DM Harish School of Law and on the behalf of Nari Gursani Law College that we will remain committed to the cause to improve the lives of fellow beings in all possible ways. With this, I open the session for question and answers.
Yes, I have one question. Doctor, you showed the statistics at the end, wherein, number of transplants. That was probably for the year 2020. What I want to understand is pancreas is actually related to a very popular disease, which is diabetes, which is again a very controversial in terms of sugar level. Why there are only 14 cases? Is it very expensive or what is the reason? In spite of such a popular disease, like the maximum number of people in the country are actually infected with this disease.
Most of times now insulin therapy, it is the treatment last given in case of diabetes mellitus. That's why no one is thinking about the pancreas, and it is costly also. That was the reason.
So there was explanation where there are few organs which can be donated when a person is alive, and then there are others which are when the person is there's a death. Now certainly most of the people, they know that kidneys or blood or even skin, now that we have done.
Blood cannot be donated because there is blood donation in different one, and
Yes.
this is not covered by this act.
Right.
Blood
So
donation.
kidneys and skin can be donated when are there any other organs or which can be donated when the person is alive, or only the kidney?
Yes, solid organs. Okay. Like liver can be donated, kidneys can be donated, then skin can be donated, like this. Cornea, sorry, not in case of a live person. Bones, tendons, stem cells, all this can be donated. When a person is suffering from this leukemia, that time the stem cell from the donor of its sibling, they were taken out and implanted into that patient. This is it.
I will take the questions from Nari Gursani Law College.
I think there were 1 or 2 exemptions in case of corneal donation, where law permitted to donate the cornea when the subject was alive. Very rare.
So one cornea will give eyesight to the
No. It can be 2 people.
and
There is something called as lamellar grafting. Okay, not whole of the cornea is every time used. There are few lamellars wherein that can be donated to 2 people.
that means a person who has 2 eyes and he donates.
It can be
he can 4 people.
right. 2
And,
people, 2 people or 4 people. Right.
and liver, I think it's 3 people. Na?
I don't know much about
I think liver,
this aspect.
Liver, depending upon the size of the liver and how much it is required for replacement in the another person. Depending upon that, it is taken out.
Sir, you said one more thing that in prisons and all, after 48 hours.
Yes, after.
But after 48 hours, the organs will be of no use. Na?
But certain organs are there.
For
Yes.
for
The
research.
organs which deteriorate, it cannot be taken out after 48 hours. But like bone, skin, that can be taken out after 48 hours.
So if the person
Tendons,
is, person may be alive, but he is brain dead,
Brain dead.
then you will have
Yes.
categorization.
So in case of cardiac death, we cannot take out the certain organs. But in case of only brain death, we can take out the organs. And it can be easily and with successful transplanted into the recipient.
Gunjan, yes, what is your question?
Yeah. Good afternoon, sir. I'm Gunjan from Nari Gursani Law College. I just wanted to ask about the heart transplant. When does a person can really go for a heart transplant? After the death or while living?
So in case of a road traffic accident, when a person is in coma and that time his brain is dead. Okay, in that case only after certification by a panel of doctors and which is confirmed at the interval of 4 to 6 hours at 2 times. Only that after the transplant coordinator will discuss with that family of the person, that patient, and if they allows, then only we can remove the heart from the donor or that patient.
Okay,
So
thank you so much, sir.
And one more thing, when a patient fills the donor form, okay, and he has received the donor card also. In that case also, his family will decide after his death
Yes.
that his organ should be used or retrieved or not.
Thank you, Gunjan. Any other
Thank you, sir.
Nari Gursani Law College?
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yes, yes.
Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
go ahead.
yes, you are audible. Go ahead.
Sir, what is the role of blood group in any organ transplant? Is that blood group should be same for organ transplant or other thing?
Yes. So it related to again this perfect transplant is there or not. If the both donor and this recipient has the same blood group, then there are chances of rejection are less.
Okay, sir.
Any other student from Nari Gursani Law College? Thank you so much, sir, for resolving the queries of the students. Now, I would like to call upon Assistant Professor Reshmi Nair ma'am to propose the vote of thanks.
A warm and graceful day to all dignitaries, my dear friends, students, and everyone gathered here. It is my privilege to propose a vote of thanks and acknowledge the contributions of those who worked really hard to make this event possible. On behalf of DM Harrier School of Law, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed guest, Dr. Swapnil Sanpal, Dr. Prashant Thibrao Mare, who spent time with their time from their busy schedule to grace the occasion. Today, we had an opportunity to know more about organ donation, its importance, the laws governing the transplantation in India, and this will surely encourage us to contribute in all possible ways to the cause. Thank you, sir. I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Podar Ayurvedalaya, Dean Dr. Govind Khate, Dr. Khanolkar, and Dr. Madavi for helping us to make this event possible. I thank our respected director, Dr. Nilima Chandiramani Madam, for always supporting, encouraging, and guiding us to do our best. Thank you, Madam. Sincere gratitude goes to our management, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Hemlata Bagla Madam, Registrar Dr. Bhagwan Dalani sir, Assistant Registrar Marish Karale sir, for their constant support and encouragement. I extend sincere thanks to Assistant Professor Bhanu Advani for facilitating the event. I would be failing in my duty if I did not thank our proactive and dedicated technical and management staff, Ajit Subhe sir, Ram Verma sir. Finally, I would like to thank our dear students who are present here and are attending the Nari Gursani Law College and Podar Ayurvedalaya, who made this event a huge success with their active participation in the discussion. A big thank you for each one of you who made this event memorable. Have a great day ahead. Thank you. You want to rise for national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. There is an announcement. Students can assemble in room number 401 for freshers party.
Not right now.
Group photo.
Students come ahead for the group photo.
It's better we are seated.
Yes, yes. Or you can.
फास्ट हो गए
Come fast.
all enjoy
Come.
Come fast. Come you also.
Will everyone come? Dhanu, will everyone come? Come. Others, you won't come in the photo.
You did not say cheese.
No, what did Milind Sathe tell you? I'll say fees. Law students.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Ah, wait, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Now enjoy your